Welcome to Caldwell County Today. I'm Paige Counts, Public Information Officer for Caldwell County. Joining me today are Leslie Hawkins and Chief Michael Brewer from Gamewell Fire Department. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
You guys have an exciting event you do every summer. Tell us a little about that.
We have the Junior Fire Academy that's renamed as the Chief Keith Owens Junior Fire Academy as of last year. We're starting our 6th year, and it's offered to 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders if they're interested. It's an online application that they fill out, and of course we can only accept 30 cadets, so we do have a committee that chooses those.
There are 2 interest areas that you're really looking for, kids interested in these 2 different areas. What are those areas?
Emergency services generally,
Right.
but fire and EMS. Law enforcement does help us with some things, but ultimately the fire service and EMS.
What will kids see and do during that week?
Well, they're very involved the whole week, and besides, this is a free event. So it's like I said, a week-long event. We start off on Sunday with a meet and greet, so the parents and the cadets can meet one another and form those relationships. On Monday, we travel to Collettsville, where they learn a lot of the medical part of it. Med Center Air comes in as well with their helicopter. And on Tuesday, we travel to Tuttle, where they learn about the Forestry Service and wildland fires. Do you want to do Wednesday?
Wednesday, Grace Chapel, they learn the structural firefighting gear and some of the equipment, and then they do a maze. Thursday, we do forcible entry, ventilation, as well as hose stream practices. We actually get to squirt water. And then Friday, we put it all together for the family, parents, family members, and then graduate.
And Friday is really a really neat experience and nice demonstration of everything they've learned.
Yes,
Yep.
that's correct. And this is offered to not only just the kids in Caldwell County schools, it's also offered like those that are homeschooled, those that are in Christian schools, that kind of thing. We're just trying to get the word out so that they know that they can apply. Work with different agencies throughout this. We have other different departments. So not only Collettsville, Grace Chapel, as well as us, but North Catawba, Lenoir, Granite Falls. Of course, the emergency services help us. So it's really great how we all work together to try to show these students, if they are interested, what is done, in these fields.
How many years have you been hosting the academy?
This is our 6th year. We've had 11 former cadets that have moved on and gotten jobs, or that were a cadet in the academy that are now in the firefighting or doing it, that they are a firefighter or in the medical service. So you can start to see that it is a good thing for them to learn and experience. We also had one cadet this past year that is a 4th generation cadet. So, and I think we've had 140 cadets that have graduated.
Mm-hmm.
So,
talk to me a little bit about the need for men, women to go into the fire service.
Ultimately, the trend, and this is nationwide, the trend is there's not as many people going into civil service as much as they once was. So hopefully, I guess we're trying to catch them early, especially with people that have family members in those services. As far as getting them to understand what their family members, parents actually do, putting their hands on it, whether they're a volunteer or they do it actually as a career, trying to get the interest there because there is a need, whether you do it voluntarily or if you choose to go down that as a career path. And we're just trying to give that information to them, and see where they go.
How does a kid apply?
well, each child that's in the school system in those grades, 5th or 8th grade, should be receiving a flyer. And it has a QR code on there that you can scan for the application. You can also go on the Chief Keith Owens Junior Fire Academy Facebook page. That's a real long word there, but you can do that as well. If you're still having problems, you can email me at gamewellfireprevention@gmail.com. Deadline's May 1st, so you got 1 month, April
And
1st
you-
through May 1st.
And you're accepting how many students?
Well, it's not a first come, first serve, so it is brought before the committee, and 30 cadets are chosen.
To give folks some idea, how many students applied last year?
55.
55.
So it is a competitive process. What does the application entail?
Just your basic information, contact information, email, as well as like if they're allergic to anything, any kind of medical history that we need to know. Basically what you do at school when you're filling out an application. We do ask, do you have a family member that is related to someone that is currently working, or perhaps they have retired from the fire or medical service? So,
And then some type of narrative of why.
Yes. Yes.
Why the student would like to participate in this. So.
And the character reference, I think, is on there.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be a huge paper because I don't like writing papers myself. But just a paragraph or so of what do they want to get out of it. And that's really about it.
We've had lots of success stories, like I just told you, but several of them are like those that have a fear of heights. Okay, then they get to do this, and they can't believe it that they've done it. Or one student cadet was like, I don't like drinking water. They actually drank water that week. So these are like, great things that they've overcome. The parents love it. We hear great comments about that. The kids are absolutely worn out each day when they go home, but they absolutely love it. So it's just been a great experience for all of us, even the instructors. So,
Why should a kid attend this camp?
I think the biggest thing is it's kind of like the first day of school. You walk in, and kind of what Leslie just said. You walk in, you know nobody. That's a double negative, but you don't know anyone. By the time you leave 5 days later or 6 days later, you essentially have another, I say a family, but a group of people that are your peers that you didn't know anything about them a week ago. And now you're working together as a team to accomplish whatever the goals that there is. And ultimately, that's the fire service. As emergency services in general, and not just the fire service. We walk in the first day, we don't know anybody. As we stay, we become family. We're going to help each other do anything is tasked to us. So, it's seeing it first day to the last day, you can actually see them grow as individuals and as a team. So.
We had one student when we were at Tuttle and they were zip lining. She was very afraid of that, and of course, the team just got together. Hey, you can do this or whatever. Encouraged her, and of course, she overcome that fear and did it. So, just things like that, makes it special.
Ethan, you were the first cadet to become a firefighter. How did camp inspire you in that journey?
Looking back at the fire academy, there was one of the biggest things for me was the instructors. They knew a lot, and they really inspired me. That I hope that one day I can be like them and teach.
And you are teaching. You instructed at last year's academy. How did that go?
It went pretty well. It's pretty neat to see how just a couple of years ago I was the young guy in the academy and just taking in any information I could get. But now looking back, I can see how much I've learned, and now that I get to share that.
You were in the first and second academies, am I right?
Yeah.
So what do you remember that stood out to you? I know the academy has evolved over the past 6 years, but what stood out to you being in those first 2 years of the academy?
Something that really stuck with me is that we're a fire department, but fighting fires is just one of the things we do. So in the fire academy, we train on fighting fire, but also rescue, vehicle, rope, and also medical. So it's neat to get to see that the fire department's so much more than fighting fire.
And you have earned several, you're firefighter, an EMT. How has that all helped you professionally?
So in high school, I got my EMT, and shortly after high school, I got my firefighter. And as soon as I got those, I went straight to work. I got a full-time job at One Fire Department, and now I work part-time at Gamewell Fire Department.
You're a busy guy. Leslie, how did you get involved with fire service?
Actually, my family was involved with the fire department, but and actually at Gamewell Fire Department. But in 2017, Chief Keith Owens was the chief then, of course, and he had this vision of having a fire academy, a junior fire academy, which focuses on the middle schoolers. So I just kind of took that idea and ran with it, and that's how the whole academy came to be, which I think is very helpful for all the younger kids to see if they like the fire service or the medical service. So,
Ethan, what advice would you give to a student considering camp?
It's one of those things that camp's designed to try it and see if you like it. So it's just to jump in heads first, just to get experience it. And if it's not for you, it's not for you, but you may come to enjoy it. It's a great opportunity. There's a lot of career options, medical, fire, rescue. So.
well, and also since they're a little bit younger, not quite ready for the workforce at that point, a lot of team building, social skills, a lot that they don't get nowadays, because of technology and social media and that kind of thing. But if they can get outdoors, we've had one grandparent said, oh my goodness, my child or my grandchild, just stays there and plays with games or watches TV all during the summer. So this gives them an opportunity to get out and do. I'm just glad that Ethan was one of the ones that came and signed up for the academy, and it's just really neat to see how they grow up, and then they do, like, comes full circle, because they do become instructors. We've had several others in this same thing that they have helped, but then you also like to see them out in the workforce too. So we've got quite a few of those that have graduated from the academy, and they're firefighters at other departments, and it's just great to hear success stories like that.
Now we're joined by Commissioner Donnie Potter. Donnie, how did you get involved with the camp?
Well, Paige, last year, Leslie reached out to me and she offered an invitation for me to come out and visit the camp and see what was going on and see all the great things that they were doing in that project, in that program out there.
And what did you find when you got there?
I was completely amazed at the amount of time and effort that the Gamewell Fire Department, along with all the other fire departments across the county, were putting into this program. And it was amazing to see the number of kids that were involved and the enthusiasm, and it was great to see these young people getting involved in the local volunteer fire department.
How can this program be used as a recruitment tool?
Well, I think, as we all know, volunteerism's kind of becoming a lost thing not only in our community, but across our state and across our nation. And, I applaud the Gamewell Fire Department for going out and looking for an opportunity and an avenue to build and create their own volunteer fire departments. And this program has really opened the eyes of a lot of people. It's allowing these kids an opportunity to be a part of something that they may have not even known was there. And it's introducing them to the front edge and the front end of being a volunteer firefighter or in any type of emergency services work.
Can you talk a little bit about the partnership between all the fire departments and what was that like, seeing all that partnership and everybody working together?
Man, it was really awesome. I think what was really cool was about, this program is not just about Gamewell Fire Department. I think it's about trying to help every volunteer fire department and seeing all the participants from each department that were there playing a role in assisting and helping and teaching these young people. It was a pretty amazing thing, and I was very impressed with what they were doing because, like I said, we have to think outside the box today. Used to they were beating your door down, right, Chief? And
That's
today,
right.
Today, they're not beating your door down, so
No.
you have to go out and find them. And I think that's what was most amazing to me, was seeing all these departments working together to accomplish one single goal. And I tell you, volunteer fire departments, we are so thankful for those guys. I'm not sure what we would do without them. We'd do a lot less without them, for sure. But it's amazing to me to see how well our fire departments work together for a common goal, whether it's putting out a house fire, whether it's working on a wreck, or whether it's working in a community, whether it's a storm damage and things that come through that happen. You guys are amazing at how you come together and work together.
They really are. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is amazing to see all the fire departments come together, and that sense of teamwork is reflected in the camp.
Absolutely, it is, and that's what they see, and they see the participation, and that's what happens when all these kids get together from all over the county. And again, it's not just one department, it's everybody working together.
Donnie, what would you say to a parent who's considering the camp or their kids interested in the camp?
If I was a parent and my son or daughter was at that age, I think it'd be something that I would be considering, because I think it's important to help them understand about what it's like to give back to your community. Not only that, they learn so many life lessons being involved in the volunteer fire department. It's amazing to see the things that, when you look at the young children, the people who come up into fire department, they learn things like being honest and hard work and integrity, and there's just so many life lessons that a child can learn when he's involved at a volunteer fire department level.
And I think the biggest thing is just I would totally miss somebody or some organization that has not been a partnership throughout the years with this, from the people that help go get the food to the different departments and organizations that help in some form or fashion. Emergency Services does a lot on the last day with us. It's a tremendous group of people and organizations, including the fire departments. So my hat's off to everybody, because ultimately it's a team effort, and we couldn't do it by ourselves. So.
And the camp is free, so how's it funded?
So ultimately the different departments, we purchase the stuff. There are a few items that the children get, and then really with different organizations, they may donate the snacks and stuff. Then we fund the rest. So
That's awesome.
And one thing I will mention is I think it's a great opportunity, not only just for the fire service, but these kids get exposed to EMS, emergency services. They get exposed to, obviously the fire department. So there's things out there that they get exposure to, again, that they may not even know was there, that the opportunity as they grow up, they may not know the opportunity. And a lot of times, volunteer firemen turn into career firefighters, and they become a paid firefighter somewhere. So I think it's a great recruitment tool for the future. As we go down the road, it's an opportunity for these kids to be exposed to that. We're always looking for paramedics. The fire department's always looking for firemen, and they are the future of our fire departments, and they're the future of our EMS services. So I think this is a great opportunity to get that exposure for them.
Thank you both for being here, and thank you for watching Caldwell County Today.